Mr. Speaker, not only are the wait times for hip and knee surgery getting longer, as I pointed out on Monday, but when it comes to shoulder surgery, wait times are also very long, in spite of the fact that it's very important to address and treat rotator cuff injuries quickly. In September 2008, I raised a concern about these long wait times for shoulder surgery. And I ask the Premier now, as this FIPA table shows, why do long waits for shoulder surgery matter so little to this NDP government that the Premier doesn't even seem to know what the wait times are? The data is not even collected.
I thank the ex-leader of the Liberal Party for the question. Overall, wait times for orthopedic surgery are coming down in Manitoba. More procedures are being done in shorter periods of time. The specific incident that he's referring to in terms of rotator cuff surgeries, thank you. The rotator cuff surgeries require us to release OR time across the system to allow more of those surgeries to be available, but I can tell the member that that's exactly why we've reorganized services, to get more efficiency going through our ER system. That's why we have additional doctors in Manitoba, over 520 more, and over 3,000 more nurses, so more of these procedures can be done and more Manitobans can be served, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, yet as I pointed out on Monday, the wait times for hip and knee surgery are more than 50% longer than when this government came to power in 1999. Mr. Speaker, it appears that this government has taken 14 years just to start collecting information about wait times for shoulder and ankle and spinal surgeries. Now, Mr. Speaker, this is a real problem because this government should have been doing this starting 14 years ago. The government is clearly not putting a priority on these vital surgeries.
She was a failure.
I asked the Premier, when will he have current wait times on ankle and shoulder surgeries in Manitoba?
Mr. Speaker, I do point out for the member that this is the government that finally, after years of burying information by the PC party opposite, decided that there should be wait times. Starting with emergency rooms, Mr. Speaker. You get wait time updates in emergency rooms on the quarter of the hour, Mr. Speaker. We have wait times for life-saving procedures in Manitoba. Heart surgery is one of them. Cancer care treatment, those kinds of issues.
Best in the nation.
Best in the nation, Mr. Speaker. As we get to quality of life issues, including issues of rotator cuff injuries, Mr. Speaker, we will continue to drive a public health care system which is transparent, has standards for wait times, and makes that information available to the public so the public can make the system accountable. It is, after all, one of our major investments in Manitoba. At a time when the opposition wants to make across-the-board cuts, we continue to invest in health care, continue to train and hire more nurses, continue to train and hire more doctors, continue to train and hire more paramedics, all for the betterment of Manitoba health care, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, this problem extends to spinal surgeries as well, which are very important. You know, without surgery, individuals can be greatly disabled, can have a tremendous amount of pain with spinal problems, and yet this NDP government is so unconcerned about what's happening that it's not even tracking the wait times.
They don't care.
Perhaps improving the process to reduce pain and disability in our population is not of interest to the NDP government. You can't really fix this problem until you start measuring how great it is, and we know these wait times are long, but the government is doing nothing. When will the government stop neglecting the critical needs of Manitobans and finally track the wait times on spinal and shoulder and on ankle surgeries, which are badly needed? Thank you.
Well, Mr. Speaker, the member opposite will know that one of the great innovations we've had in the healthcare system is the bringing of the Pan Am Clinic into the public service. The Pan Am Clinic deals with all manner of sports injuries in Manitoba and is doing it at very high volumes with very high quality of service, which has taken pressure off other surgical facilities in Manitoba. Manitoba has moved towards specialization. Cardiac care at the St. Boniface Hospital, hips and knees at the Concordia Centre, neurosurgery at the Health Sciences Centre, emergent care at the Misericordia Centre, freeing up operation room time so that we have more nurses. We have 5 MRIs in Manitoba that didn't exist when our members opposite were in government. We're doing more volume and higher levels of quality with more physicians and more nurses. And of course, we want to prevent injuries.
preventing these serious injuries to rotator cuffs, preventing concussions, preventing injuries from people that participate in amateur sport is also a very important focus in Manitoba, which is why we believe in practices such as fair play, proper training for coaches, proper preparation for young people that participate in recreational and leisure activities. All of these things will help Manitoba have a better quality of life, a more active quality of life,
Order,
and a
please.
better...
First Minister's time has expired.